Same English, different rhythm. Welcome to the Slow Speaker.
Good morning, Lily. How are you today?
Hi, Leo. I'm doing really well. The sun is shining. I have my favorite tea. I feel very calm. How about you?
I feel the same. Very peaceful. I was sitting here in our studio looking at the light on the wall, and I thought, this is exactly how I want our listeners to feel.
Like a warm cup of tea?
Exactly. Like a warm cup of tea.
That sounds lovely. But Leo, I'm a bit nervous today. This is our first episode. I want to make sure I speak well. I want to speak fast like a native speaker.
And that, Lily, is exactly why we are here. You just said the magic word, fast.
Is that bad?
It's not bad, but it's a trap. Many students think fast English is good English. But today, we're going to talk about something different. We're talking about the power of slowing down.
Slowing down? But if I slow down, will people think my English is bad?
Actually, it's the opposite. When you slow down, you sound more confident. You sound more professional. Today, we have a simple plan to help everyone listening.
Oh, I love a plan. What is it?
It's our 3-step calm plan. Stop the rush, take the space, finish the thought.
Stop, take space, finish. Okay, I'm ready.
Perfect. But before we start, Lily, I think we should tell our new friends something.
Oh, yes. If you are listening and you like this calm vibe, please subscribe to our channel.
That's right. Like the video and share it with a friend. It really helps us grow this little community of slow speakers.
See, I remembered. Now, Leo, tell me about step 1.
Okay, Lily. Imagine you're at a coffee shop. It's busy. The waiter is waiting. You feel panicked.
I feel like I need to speak now.
Exactly. This is the rush. We feel like silence is a mistake. We feel like we are wasting the other person's time.
Yes, I feel like if I don't speak quickly, the waiter will be angry.
But think about it. If you speak too fast, you make a mistake. Then you have to repeat yourself. Then the waiter is actually confused.
That makes sense. So step 1 is just stopping that feeling.
Yes, stop the rush. Recognize that you have the right to speak at your own pace. You are a customer. You are a human. You are not a computer.
I am definitely not a computer.
Let's try a little practice. I am the waiter. You are the customer. I am going to be a bit fast. You just stay slow.
Okay, I'm ready.
Hi, welcome. What can I get for you today? Anything else?
Hi. I would like a latte, please.
Perfect. Did you see that? You paused for 1 second before you spoke.
It felt like a long time to me.
To me, it sounded like you were thinking. It sounded natural.
I like that. So step 1, stop the rush. Don't let the other person's speed change your speed.
Exactly. You're doing great.
Okay, so I stopped the rush. What is step 2?
Step 2 is take the space.
Take the space, like moving my arms?
No, not physical space. Silent space.
Oh, silence is scary, Leo. Silence feels like I forgot my English.
I understand, but silence is actually a tool. In English, we use fillers or thinking phrases to take space. It tells the listener, I am still talking, I just need a moment.
Oh, like, let me see.
Exactly. Or, that's a good question. Let's practice some space phrases. Repeat after me, Lily. Actually.
Actually.
Let me think about that.
Let me think about that.
Well, you see.
Well, you see.
Perfect. When you use these, you aren't slow, you're thoughtful.
Thoughtful. I like that word. It sounds much better than slow.
It is. Imagine someone asks you, Lily, what did you do last weekend? If you rush, you might say, I go park. Bad grammar.
Yes, I do that.
But if you take the space, you can say, well, let me think. Last weekend, I went to the park.
Ah, because I took the space, my brain had time to find the past tense, went.
Got it. That's the power of the space. It gives your grammar a chance to catch up to your mouth.
Okay, so step 1, stop the rush. Step 2, take the space. What is the last one?
Step 3, finish the thought.
This sounds simple, but sometimes I stop in the middle of a sentence because I get nervous.
Exactly. Many learners start a sentence, get scared, and then just stop, or they change the topic.
I do that all the time. I start saying something difficult, then I see the other person's face and I just say, never mind.
Don't say never mind. Your thoughts are important. Step 3 is about finishing what you started, even if it's slow, even if it's not perfect.
But what if I forget a word at the end?
That's okay. Use your hands. Describe the word, or ask for help. You can say, how do you say the thing for the rain?
An umbrella.
Exactly. By finishing the thought, you finish the connection with the other person.
So don't give up.
Never give up. Finish the thought. Let's recap our framework quickly so our listeners can remember.
I'll do it. Stop the rush. We don't let the world make us hurry. Second, we take the space. We use thinking phrases to give our brain time. And third, we finish the thought. We don't give up on our sentences.
Perfect. You're a natural teacher, Lily.
I'm learning from the best.
Let's try a real conversation. I am a coworker. I'm going to ask you a question. Use the 3 steps.
Okay, I'm a bit nervous, but let's try it.
Hey, Lily, I need the report by 5 p.m. today. Can you do it? It's really urgent, and I'm in a hurry.
Well, let me look at my schedule. I have a lot of work, but I will try to finish it by 5 p.m.
Wow, that was excellent. You didn't say yes, yes, okay, bye. You were calm. You were clear.
I felt much more in control. Usually I just say, yes, okay, and then I'm stressed all day.
That's a good point. Speaking slowly is actually a way to reduce your stress.
It really is. I feel like I just had a massage for my brain.
Before we finish, I want to give some confidence tips because speaking isn't just about words, right?
Right. My body feels tight when I'm nervous. My shoulders go up to my ears.
Exactly. Tip number 1, drop your shoulders. Try it now, Lily.
Okay, they're down.
Tip number 2, lower your tone. When we are nervous, our voices go very high. Hello, how are you?
I sound like a bird.
A very cute bird. But if you speak from your chest, you sound more grounded. Try saying, I am a slow speaker.
I am a slow speaker.
Perfect. That makes sense, right?
It really does. I feel more solid, like a tree.
I like that. A tree doesn't rush to grow. It just grows.
That's beautiful, Leo. What do I do if I completely forget every English word I know?
Great question. If that happens, smile.
Just smile?
Yes, smile and say, my brain is taking a holiday.
My brain is taking a holiday. That is so funny. It makes the other person laugh too.
Exactly. It breaks the tension. It shows you are confident enough to make a joke.
The friendly recap. This has been such a great first episode. I feel so much better about speaking slowly.
I'm so glad. Let's do a quick recap for our friends listening. What was our main framework today?
It was the 3-step calm plan. First, we stop the rush. We don't let the world make us hurry. Second, we take the space. We use thinking phrases to give our brain time. And third, we finish the thought. We don't give up on our sentences.
And don't forget the confidence tips.
Right. Drop the shoulders, lower the voice, and if you forget everything, tell them your brain is on holiday.
Perfect. Lily, you did great today.
Thanks, Leo. I think I'm ready to be a slow speaker.
Now we have a question for you, our listeners.
Yes, we want to know, where is the most difficult place for you to speak English? Is it at work, at a restaurant, on the phone?
Write your answer in the comments. We want to read your stories and help you.
And don't forget to practice step 1 this week. Just stop the rush once.
That's a great goal. Well, that's all for our first episode.
I'm so excited for the next one. Thank you for listening, everyone.
You're doing great. Stay calm, and we will talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.